A lot of players discuss who has it worst in Marvel Rivals. You hear about strategists not getting enough points despite doing really good in the game. You hear about duelists not winning despite going 30-2 and carrying their teams through the gapes of hell. You hear about vanguards who basically feel like they're fighting uphill battles. Even when they do win, they're not adequately compensated for their points. But there's one classification of player that we've all forgotten that I genuinely believe has it worse than almost anyone else in Marvel Rivals, of the solo queuer. All of that and more, but first.
Gave opinions, wasn't needed. Came clutch with a buzzer beater. Beast feast and he eats the beat. Whatever's left, let the buzzers eat it. Quick with it, clean record. Mayweather, undefeated. He came and he saw and he conquered. I got a slay at the concert. You know the story, the tortoise in here. You want the glory, your nose in the air. I couldn't care less about your money, phone, and your pair of shoes and your side hose.
What's good, YouTube? Big on Chaos, and I'm here to talk to you all about solo queuing in Marvel Rivals and why it's probably one of the most masochistic things you could probably do in life. If you like this type of content, let me know in the comment section, and let me know what other topics you want me to discuss, because I love covering the things you like watching. So I want to tell you a little bit about what brought me to this topic today. Now, as most of you can see by that ugly ass thumbnail, I've had a couple experiences where I was either the odd man out on the team, or reverse, I was playing as a solo player against a team that was at least a 5-stack. Now, I want to discuss both of those types of games and why each of them are individually terrible. So the first thing is, imagine being the only one on your team who, sees a play that no one else does, or, being the person on your team who's actually doing good. Maybe you're the solo tank, and all of a sudden, everyone starts crapping on you. Now, I'm sure this has happened to all of us at some point. All of us have been shitted on by the lobby, and it seems like it's coming out of nowhere. And either people have taken their stupid juice today, their stupid pills, or you're being griefed or trolled by your teammates. That's because a lot of people don't play solo. For those of us who, maybe have a different schedules or have more or less free time, I get on Rivals basically whenever I feel like it, but most of the time now, I only play with my homeboys, or I get on when I'm doing videos. I don't play too much rank just because I can't really enjoy it without finding a full team. Something about fighting against 6 other people is just not fun when I know they've got comms and I don't. Now, I know everyone's gonna say, boo-hoo, get friends, you suck, and sure, whatever. I guess that's the point for those of you who are willing to hop on here. You got a committed crew. I'm happy for you, no shame at all, genuinely. But for those of us who play it a little bit more casually, I don't want to feel the need to get my whole crew online just to have a game of Rivals, and these matches do feel kind of like that. There are times where it's like, man, you can tell these people are mic'd up, they're patty caking perfectly. Your divers are going left and right, but at the same time, these guys are always centering back towards each other. It's a very strange matchup how that goes. And I know you're gonna tell me that, oh well, that's just because the lower elos have to play that, they have to deal with that. But what about like quick play and shit? Like, believe it or not, some of us just don't want to hop in ranked and argue about bans and have sweaty ass people calling us slurs just because we don't want to ban Spider-Man, and because they can't fight Spider-Man. Some of us just want to chill, hop on here, play a little Wolverine, play a little Gambit, play the characters you like without anyone having to feel bad, which ideally, quick match has less stakes than ranked. Now, let me talk about the second type of instance, besides being the odd man out on your team where people are being crazy, because, that's obviously genuinely irritating, but the worst thing is fighting up against a whole stack of people. It just feels insurmountable. It does not matter how good you think you are, and hell, I don't care if you're a pro. If you're fighting against 6 coordinated people and you're the only one doing it, and you're the only one on your team, you're not mic'd up, you're not used to each other's styles or methods or whatever, it's gonna be hell, like genuinely hell. And even just miking up and communicating with each other can make all the difference. So many people are apprehensive to hopping on the mics, and I don't blame them. There's so much racism, so much homophobia. You got people out here, making fun of white people for not seasoning their chicken. Like, what are we doing? It's 2026. Let them cook. I guess. I don't know if they're cooking, but I'm kidding. Seriously, all jokes aside, I'm not hating on anybody for having friends. It's like, great. I'm happy for you. Once again, the point stands. If you're able to, get a whole group of people that can play together consistently and get wins off that, I'm not hating on you. Shoot, good for you. But that's not fun for me. And I know that a lot of people didn't like that. I said it was a mistake when they allowed people to go back to 6 stacking through gold. I really do think that, because so many people, I mean, so many people have to hop on by themselves. They don't have a team all the time to hop on with. They don't always have a whole crew. Now, inversely, if you're a better player, you're statistically more likely to play up against higher stacked people. I mean, think about it. Who climbs the highest? Good players and people with good teamwork. Those are typically the people you see that climb. So if you're someone who's able to, get all the way up to, I don't know, let's just say diamond. I mean, I know you guys are gonna say, oh, diamond's not shit. you're a fool, Unk. Diamond's basically bronze. It might as well be the same as bronze. But if you're someone who's able to get up to those higher ranks, you're gonna be playing up against people who are also able to. And maybe they're not as good as you, but maybe their teamwork is 10 times better than yours. Like, shout out to my homie Zenzaya here, who you're seeing this amazing Spidey gameplay from. He's the one who did the intro, by the way. Check out his YouTube, check out his TikTok, Instagram, all that. But he plays a lot of solo, player. And he plays Spidey, Yeah, I mean, he really does depend on his team to do their part, because, I mean, he's mainly meant to pick people apart and catch them, dipping. It's not a system where he can just do it on his own. A Spider-Man cannot 1v6, at least not in this elo. Spider-Man can barely, no offense to him, 1v1 in this elo. So I definitely do think that it's a challenge for people who want to hop on and, grind, but they don't have like 6 people to help them. They don't have a whole 5 group of people. And again, it's not a dig at those of you who are doing that. I think that's a brilliant strategy. In an ideal world, that happens. But as less people play Marvel Rivals, they're going to be, the more serious players going to stay. The more serious players who don't team up, who don't have people with them, are going to have to fight against that. And this just makes it unfun. It's not a dig against it. And I do think, quick play should have that element, but maybe rank could, I don't know, cut it down a little bit. We ain't got to do it's got to be all or nothing. Like, why can gold go up to 6 players? Like, can't we make 4? Can't 4 be enough? I think I could beat 4 people. Then plat could be 3. Diamond could be, diamond can be 3, or hell, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas here to change, because it's not fun right now playing Rivals if you're not, I don't know, booed up at the hip with somebody. Again, it sounds like I'm hating on people for duoing and, stacking, and I swear I'm not. I really do think that it's good for the game, and it's part of the reason we play, right? So what's my solution? Because everyone's gonna be like, everyone can find a problem. I really do think that anyone can find a problem. It's easy to point out issues, but what's a solution? I think you leave 6 stacking in all forms damn near outside of, you know what? Yeah, let me think on this. I think, how's this? Silver, after silver and onward, you get 1 less player. So, gold, you can 5 stack. Plat, you can 4 stack. Diamond, 3 stack. Grandmaster, onward, 2 stack. I think that's fair. I think you should always be able to play with at least 1 buddy, they're rivals and whatnot. But I don't know. I think that would be a better system than this. And I know a lot of people disagree with that. I know a lot of people don't like that take, because, we did lose players because of, not being able to play with their friends, but they always could, is the thing. You got to remember, Marvel Rivals is a casuals game. This isn't a game made for, like super competitive players, at least in my opinion. I mean, it's fun, but there's balance and consistencies. We can all, look at that. I mean, characters don't have even stats. They're not made to have even stats. They have different roles, so it can't, I don't know. It's tough to say it's a competitive game in a sense that it should be catered around competitive players. I think it should be catered around more serious players. But when I say serious, I mean players who want to win, but not competitive players as in people who are so sweaty, like ranked or bust. If you're playing anything other than ranked, you're basically wasting your time. And I think this is an area that they're seeing some dissatisfaction in. And I genuinely believe you'll lose more players in the long term, because I genuinely believe there are more solo players than there are teams, if that makes sense. I'm not sure how to explain that in the way it makes sense, but I think you guys get what I mean by that. There are more individual groups of people who are playing individually than there are teams, but those are just my overall thoughts. Anyways, it's been real. I've been Unc, y'all been y'all. Yo, auntie, I said hi.